What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. You see the thumbnail. Subscriber died trying. Hustlers don't make good parents. So the Stormy Wellington thing, people been talking about that. I have a different opinion. I do actually believe that you know, children should be on their parents' side. I do believe that. I do believe that, she could definitely be viewed as being disloyal to be with her mother's quote unquote enemies. But I'm going to get into the nuance of this because I'm not really getting on Stormy Wellington per se, but people who represent what she represents. And I'm going to do a little backup. So Stormy Wellington's mother, I want to say, is Jamaican, and her mother was a drug dealer. So her mother got caught, dealing drugs and wound up, going to jail. And Stormy, if I'm not mistaken, wound up going into foster care. But as an adult, she grew up and she says, her mother taught her how to hustle. That's the one thing she took from that. But this is the thing about quote unquote hustlers. She had kids, and she has, I think, 3 kids by 3 different men. I think she's been married before to a pastor, if I'm not mistaken. And wound up leaving that lifestyle and becoming a multimillionaire doing multi-level marketing, if I'm not mistaken. But she has a bad disposition, like a really aggravating disposition, and the people that she has around her have that same ornery disposition. And I thought about it, like, you'll say some things like, hey man, no matter, the hustlers have this mentality where if a hustler goes to church a little bit, then they become double-minded. I'm going to be disrespectful what the Bible says. Because truth be told, making money is not necessarily a moral or ethical thing. Religion and spirituality, that's a moral, ethical thing. But making money, not, like I said, not necessarily. So you can be ruthless chasing money and try to be righteous when you get it in your pocket. I don't know how that works, but to me, that if you do it that way, that kind of is a conflict of interest. But you wind up, hustlers do this where, I was a drug dealer, but, my kids love me and I taught them all these principles and lessons about loyalty and honesty and this, that, and the third. And it's like, what? That's not the life you live. The life you live wasn't righteous and it wasn't honest. It was very, dishonest and unrighteous. So how you putting these principles into your child that you don't use yourself? Thus, sometimes you raise kids and you thinking that they're better than you, their morals are better than yours, but you're all over the place. I tell you, you got hustlers, I'm all about loyalty, but most hustlers are not about loyalty. They're not. Your kids have seen you lie, to cheat, steal, cheat and steal to get over. So people have seen you lie to people who you said was on your team and closest to you, or fall out with people who you said you was down for, forever. But then all of a sudden, you expect your kids to grow up and know what loyalty is when you don't exhibit it. You don't explain how these falling outs happen. They just constantly see we're a team and then you fall out and then you're not a team anymore. Or the same thing that happened with relationships. You have these manipulative relationships where you got in it for the wrong reasons. You got what you wanted out of it. Now you bouncing, but you raising a kid in these situations and you telling the kid, who you need to be loyal to is yourself first. So then when the kid grows up and becomes loyal to themselves first, they're disloyal to you as a parent because, I taught you better than this. You taught me to be out for self. So I'm out for self, even when it includes you. And then parents sometimes look at it like, well, I'm your parent, I'm your mother, I'm your father. You should be loyal to me, not taking into consideration that there are so many hustlers in the world who they're not down for their kid like that. They actually expose their kid to more negativity and put their kid in more danger than anybody else. So expecting this kid is like the personification of how you get down as a parent. You know, using a television show like Power as a reference. You know, Ghost was willing to do some things as a parent that you're like, why? Because him and Tasha had a tumultuous relationship, and it was built on, you know, all kinds of shenanigans, and then it spilled down to the kids. And, you know, though you want your kids to be better than you, they can only be as good as what you teach them. And if you're not being honest with them, and most hustlers are not honest, you know, I would say the best parents who are hustlers are the parents that abandon their kids so they didn't put them in the line of fire. You know, that's just my opinion, you know. But because the ones that just stay around, they always, you know, I taught you right, you know. Yeah, I lied. Yeah, I sold drugs. Yeah, I stole, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I shot somebody. Yeah, yeah. But then when a kid winds up being that very same thing, it's like, you know, you going to hell. The honor thy mother and thy father thing, but you don't honor yours. And if you honor yours, let's be honest, you're a disrespectful parent. And that's one, you know, they got a lot of parents out here who are disrespectful parents and expecting, because I'm a parent, I could be disrespectful and expecting their kids to respect that. And then as their kids get older, they separate. But I'm going to leave it there for now because I normally do 6-minute videos. So subscribe or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.